there, ViPR community. Derrick Price here, Master Trainer with ViPR. Just wanted to share with you a very simple exercise that I've been playing around with. I call it the pendulum. Here's what it looks like. You can think of, we know how to do tilting with the ViPR. Pendulum is basically tilting with the ViPR up in the air. So we're going to hold on to the ViPR, do about chest height for now, and what we're going to do is we're going to tilt the ViPR in midair. And what I like about this exercise, as simple as this is right now, it's a great way to teach rhythm and timing throughout the entire body, all the way from the toes to the fingers. And as you can see right now, it's more of a frontal plane rhythm and timing that I'm teaching. I'm going opposite, my hips are going in the opposite direction of the ViPR right now. If I wanted to, I can do same side. So for you guys out there who don't know how to dance really well, this is how you learn how to dance right here. So that's in the frontal plane. If I wanted to tweak this and do more sagittal plane, I can definitely do that as well. Just want to make sure that I keep lifting up the ViPR as I tilt forward and back. And guys, just be careful with this one for obvious reasons. Or what I can do is a little stir the pot action. Lots of ways to tweak the pendulum. Different planes of motion already. My arms, forearms, shoulders are burning from something as simple as doing that. And what I love about that is not only it's great for grip strength and shoulder stability, but it's a great way to teach rhythm and timing as well as creating mobility throughout the entire chain, all the way from the ankles to the hips, to the shoulders, thoracic spine, you name it. So that's the pendulum in a nutshell. Now the cool thing is there's lots of ways that we can progress, regress, modify this exercise if we wanted to. So one simple thing that we can do is use our system of changing the footprint, changing the handprints to manipulate the exercise, to place a different stress to the body, or to challenge new muscle groups, different muscle groups. So what we can do is simply changing our orientation of the feet, going the sagittal plane now, so left foot forward, and try doing the same thing. A little bit more demanding now. I'm in the sagittal plane orientation with my feet, but I'm still moving in the frontal plane. If I want to, I can go wide feet. So now I'm going to be traveling greater range of motion. It also tends to speed up the movement because now I'm having to move a little bit farther, so understanding momentum is important. If I want to, I can maybe go feet turned out if I want to. A little rotational element to this. I can add and twist and rotate my head to then create more of a rotational force going through my body. So the head's a great driver. Whew, I'm starting to lose grip already. So lots of ways to play with this. Another simple thing we can do is instead of the feet moving around, we can manipulate our position of our hands on the ViPR. So a great way to regress this exercise is we then bring the hands lower on the ViPR, which is really important if we understand leverage, right? If we understand leverage, we should notice that if I bring my hands lower on the ViPR in this position, it's going to feel lighter, it's going to feel easier. So it's a great way to regress the exercise. But what's cool is I can change the pendulum entirely to place a whole different stress through my shoulders, through my body, by going lower and lower and lower. And what you'll notice is now the weight's above my hands instead of below. And it becomes much more difficult to then create the pendulum with good rhythm and timing. Obviously much more challenging in that position. So that's what's cool. If we understand leverage and hand positions on the ViPR, we can easily modify this. And by the way, a simple little rule of thumb is when doing this particular exercise, it'll be important that we have the handles facing away from the body. Last but not least, so we have hand position, foot position manipulations. We can then manipulate where the ViPR is relative to the body. So instead of holding it chest height, if I want to go a little lower, I can. If I want to go above head, I can do that. Much more challenging. I can hold it off to the side. I can hold it off to one side of my leg and then change the orientation of where I'm driving my hips. So I'm going more forward and backward on one side. Okay, so last but not least, we think about we can easily modify this exercise. We use it for more vitality purposes, for reconditioning purposes. We can also use it for performance, believe it or not, or simply just for play, depending on who your client is. Now, I'd recommend for this last little part I'm going to show you that your client has really good coordination and your environment that you're in, that there's nobody else around, then you may want to practice this in an environment where you have plenty of room around you so you don't smack into things or break people. So here's what we're going to do. we're going to add a throw to this. So I'm going to start getting the pendulum going, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to release it at the end range. Get the pendulum going again, get the rhythm and timing, and then boom. And then of course I can go in different directions. So it's awesome. It's now fun. The element of being able to throw and catch something brings that element. For most athletes, that's like, oh, that's cool, that's a lot of fun. So for simple purposes of being fun, that's a great little exercise to play with. And as well as just being able to generate a little bit of power, especially in that frontal plane. Pretty cool stuff. So lots of ways to introduce the pendulum into the workout. You can do it again for more of a movement preparation if you wanted to, or it can actually be part of your strength training routine or power routine, whatever you're doing on that day. So that's the pendulum, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully that you can see there's lots of ways to manipulate that exercise if we use our systems. And go out there and have some fun with it.